You're telling me I have to talk about my OCs if I want people to like them?
Okay, let's do this one last time, yeah?
I've been working on my OC project, The Prestige of Preposterous Tales of Prince and Princess, since middle school.
It's basically about two kindergarten royal children and their butler, who is more or less their father figure.
At the time, they were just stories I would write in a little notebook, and now people are asking me to make a TV show out of it. I want to, but let's keep things realistic. At this point in time, I feel like Princess could use a glow up. I've gotten to the point where drawing her design over and over is throwing me off, and when I no longer like drawing a design, that's my personal red flag that it's time to redo it. Usually I wait until about a full year before redoing designs, and it's only been 6 months, but fuck it, I want to make this video right now. So I'm just gonna walk y'all through my process since it's a pretty drastic change, I must say. Also, it goes without saying that I am no professional. This is being put together with audacity and vibes. First off, let's look at our current design. The main things I'll be updating here are her dress and her hair. As you can see, her hair is tied up in a ponytail that's held up by a ribbon. I think the ribbon looks nice on her, and it's a design that I really wanted to incorporate when I first conceptualized her. The thing is, it's an element I already used on another OC of mine from a different project. While there are differences in the designs, hell, they don't even fail the silhouette test as bad as I thought they would. They both primarily wear pink, have ponytails, a bow in their hair, white tights, Mary Janes. Hannah and Princess both have a very girly aesthetic, so the overlap wasn't entirely due to my lack of foresight, and listen, I like all the choices I made for both characters. Surprise, surprise, little girls with similar aesthetics have a similar fashion sense. But I don't want people confusing the two, so we're going to be upgrading both of the designs. I plan to give Hannah more of a ballerina look where Princess is meant to look like a princess. Hannah's been around way longer than Princess, so I really can't sacrifice her bow, so I'll either omit it from Princess's design or put it on her dress somewhere. All that was just about the bow when I also plan to change her hair. As you can see, her hairstyle looks a lot like Servant's, with the only difference being the ponytail. Now, I originally wanted to write a comic where Princess watches Servant cut his hair in the morning, and she asks him if he can do her hair like his, because she looks up to him and stuff. It's a cute idea, but I think giving her a different hairstyle and texture would do wonders for her design. Besides, I plan to rewrite that comic, and the idea I have is equally cute. As it stands, Princess has a very plain looking dress for a kid who is literal royalty. See, I didn't want to give Princess an overly extravagant dress from the start, both because it would make comicking a nightmare, and she's a very energetic and playful kid. I don't think she could comfortably run around and play games while wearing a big poofy ball gown. She's also a scientist, and she sometimes wears her lab coat over her clothes. I can tell you from experience that a poofy dress would not be laboratory safe. By the way, the reason Princess's design doesn't scream scientist, I don't think she'd be very arrogant about it. I feel like she would consider science simply a hobby that she has among other things she does. I think having her wear the lab coat every now and then is enough to get the point across. I looked at a lot of princess dresses, particularly those for little girls on Pinterest for forever. Here are the prototypes I drew, all of which I'll likely draw elements from. One thing's for sure, she's keeping her sash and gloves, there's no doubt about that. Princess wouldn't like wearing tights now that I think about it. I always hated wearing tights as a kid, especially thin ones like these. The way they clung to my skin was literal hell. These days I wear tights that are thicker and don't do that, but for the sake of giving her and Hannah more distinct looks, she'll keep her tights and Princess will have these socks and also wear something like this under her dress. We'll keep the Mary Janes on Princess because reasons, and I'll either keep Hannah's shoes the same or give her ballet slippers. Princess's color palette could use an adjustment as well. I really like the shade of pink that I've chosen for her, so I don't think I'ma change that. But one thing I will do is add more gold and maybe red to her outfit. This will make her overall design look more royal. Probably. I don't understand color theory, so I'm just gonna hit the ground running. There are various accessories that I want to add in, but I don't want to draw in the comics because that would be a lot. But if at any point she wants to look fancier, like for a party or something, I was thinking of giving her beads in her hair and or earrings. Yes, I know I don't draw ears, you're just gonna have to work with me here. Alright, now that we've got all this done, I'm gonna play a speed paint of the redesign and talk about other things. I asked y'all if you had questions for me, and I got a few, so I'll address them here. How long has Servant been working for the kids / their family? Since he was fresh out of high school. I think Servant had no idea what he really wanted to do after he graduated, and that's totally not because I don't know what he would do outside of being a butler. So he decided to get a job and throw that money into his savings account for college. College in Asarasan isn't nearly as expensive as it is here in the States, but Servant likes earning the things he wants, so although his parents would pay for his education, he wanted to do it himself. By the way, I don't know why I'm gatekeeping his parents' designs, so I'm just gonna flash them on screen. Anyway, much like in SpongeBob, the only thing you need to do to be hired for entry-level jobs is to prove that you can physically perform the task, and Castle Management, which also happens to be the Royal Council, probably, happened to get back to him first. So he moved into the castle, started working for the kids' parents, and then So now he works for the children. Why does Servant take care of Prince and Princess? I think it comes down to the fact that he really doesn't feel like he can abandon them. Not in a he feels pressured to keep taking care of them way, because it is his job, he can leave anytime he wants. I don't quite know how I want to portray this decision, but he doesn't feel like it would be right to just toss them in an orphanage, which is what the council was gonna do after the parents were assumed to be, And the orphanage isn't bad, it's funded by the government, but something in him just doesn't want to leave them alone. Also, unscripted lasso here, but I think I'm gonna change the story so that Prince and Princess were adopted from the orphanage in the first place. This will make a lot of things in the story a lot more clear and easy to follow, and it's probably better than what I originally had, so that too. Will we ever see Prince and Princess's parents? Short answer, no. Long answer, their parents have never once been a part of the story. And as I said before, the stories are intended to be laser focused on Prince, Princess, and Servant, so I'm not pulling a Max and Ruby, the parents aren't returning. For some reason in 2015 or so, Max and Ruby's parents just returned and gave them twin siblings. Also, Max learned to speak full sentences, and while I am kind of proud of him, it is incredibly jarring.
Cowboy Max.
Howdy, Cowboy Max. Don't forget your horse.
Oops, careful please, Max.
Anyway, I'm sure I'm done by now. You think Instagram will like it? To talk about my OCs, but I don't know who will listen to me, so if you made it this far, you're a real one. Thank you. If you enjoyed, throw me a like and subscribe, and maybe I'll redesign Prince and Servant in the same video because fuck the patriarchy. Nah, it's because their designs wouldn't have so many tweaks. Anyway, see ya in the next video.